poem. What shall I do?
What will you do? Is this a question? Show that you know the poem and remind them what a poem it is. Well, you know what you must do. Go, confront the problem, fight, win, and call me when you get back, darling. I enjoy our visits.
Welcome to the Poetry Dojo,
where we learn to know our poems.
and learn to wield them to fight and win.
Today we are considering Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. This poem borrows a rhyme structure from Dante. So
Terza rima.
Terza rima. We've got an ABA, BCB situation. I believe it's also technically a sonnet. We've got 14 lines with the final two rhyming together and delivering a twist of some sort or a final thought to juxtapose with the rest of the poem.
It was written by Robert Frost, who was born in 1874 and lived all the way to 1963. I believe this was written in 1928. So after the First World War, before the Second. Robert Frost is an American poet, and the poem is often understood to be a description of loneliness or depression.
Which makes the use of Dante's rhyme structure very fitting.
Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. I have been one, acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet when far away an interrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. And further, still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one, acquainted with the night. Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. I first heard this poem read by Ron Perlman on a CD released for a television show, American television show called Beauty and the Beast, that I think played sometime in the 80s, but he played the Beast in modern New York, and therefore was one that was, because of his situation, somewhat like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, separated, isolated, and Ron Perlman read it very well. Again, this is a terza rima sonnet. It's short. The one thing that's kind of surprised about having it in the particular group of poems that we're looking at is that I would have expected to find it in the 10th grade sonnet list for that competition. This is a short poem, and therefore it may find itself at disadvantage when competing against longer, particularly longer story poems. Nevertheless, it comes with very real and very powerful pathos, and one should do one's best to communicate that, to communicate both a sorrow and a somber dignity, I think, in order to give the poem its winning-est read.
There's certainly a voice of experience that is quite understated. The use of the word saddest, there are so many other words, but saddest is simple, it's to the point, and it says that there's something behind that choice of word that is very weighty indeed.
Indeed, the longest word in this entire poem is acquainted. It is very well crafted and very appropriately a poem of choice for winning in a poetry contest.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been a Diecast Media Group production. Please recommend us to friends, family, relations, but not your competitors. And feel free to email us with any questions at poetrydojo@diecastmediagroup.com. Tune in next time for another exciting episode and another fine poem.